Okay, everyone, we're back, and I've got this pan heating up right here. We want to get it pretty hot, otherwise this will tend to stick. So I want to watch till it just gets to that smoke point where I see that. And then I'm going to take the chicken, I'm going to fully cook it right here, and then I'll go with the rest of the vegetables in there. So it's just about hot enough right there. I do have one more thing. I want to get the seeds out of this tomato and dice it up. So let's see how we are. Yep, we're good right there. Okay, so I seasoned those, but I'm going to give it just a little bit more. I want to get both sides nicely seasoned. Okay. While that's going, I'm going to grab my knife and take the seeds out of here. So I'm going to take these tomatoes, quarter them. Okay, we want to take a lot of the sloppy stuff out and just have the bottom part. That's the part that we use for a concassé. So let me just go ahead. I press my knife down. I don't put a lot of pressure towards my hand in case the knife slips through. So I just put a lot of pressure down on that tip of the knife. Okay. Now I don't throw out those centers. I want to get rid of the seeds there, but the extra seeds over here, but we don't waste that. We'll find another use for it. So if we want to dice it now, I'm going to go ahead and cut this almost like a bâtonnet. And then I'm just going to come back and do a nice dice. Okay, so that is good. We're going to go ahead and check that chicken. All right, starting to get a little color on it there. Just going to get that centered. And see, we're developing a lot of flavor on the pan there. And remember, it was one of your vocabulary terms, and that was fond. So we're getting some brown color, some caramelization. It's also that Maillard reaction. So at this point now, I'm going to go ahead and flip it. And you can see we're getting some pretty good color there. I'm going to go in I'm just going to sanitize those now. So and then I put it in boiling water, just to make sure when I touch the chicken again that it is, once the chicken's fully cooked, I can handle it. I don't have a lot of tools and things here to work with, so as soon as that chicken's done, I'm going to go ahead and saute the mushrooms and all the vegetables here, and then we'll just assemble it real quick. And then hopefully I'll be there at 6 o'clock for our meeting. So give that a few more minutes. Okay, I just put my pasta over there. I'm just letting it drain. If it's ice cold, it's gonna be kind of hard to reheat it there. Okay, so let's see how our chicken's looking. Looking good. I do have an oven on. So if I want to finish it in the oven, which I think I do because of time constraints here, I've got a pan ready. So I'm gonna just take that off so I don't burn the fond. I'll be right back. I'm gonna set it in an oven here. Okay, chicken's in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and put just a little bit more oil in the pan. And now I've got my onions. And the mushrooms, they take a lot of heat too. I'm going to throw them both in. Okay, and I'm going to put just a tiny bit more oil in. Okay, now we're hoping that there's enough moisture to get the fond off the bottom of the pan. So we're going to give there's quite a bit of moisture in the mushrooms, but I'll watch it. If I'm concerned that that the fond is getting too dark, because you want to saute at high temperature for mushrooms. You want to pull that moisture out, and you really concentrate the flavor. And you do get some caramelization. So got that going. And the fond on the bottom, it's still there. It looks really good. I'm not too concerned. We're going to use that extra flavor there. So the mushrooms, They're about halfway done. The onions are getting there, almost translucent. I want to keep a nice bright color on these peppers. And the peppers are julienne, so they're they're thin. So I'm going to be able to put them in a little bit later. Okay, time for the peppers. Yeah, I finally went to a gas stove at home, and really the nice thing about a gas stove is that you're able to move a pan around on it. I used to have one of those ceramic or glass top ones, and if you sat there and you moved a pan around like that on it, you would scratch it up really badly. So that's like the best reason why you would get one of those. I mean, I don't know that the cooking temperature is necessarily that much better. So those are going. They're going to be done really quick. I'm going to put the garlic in. I have my chopped garlic. I waited on the chopped garlic because I want to be careful here and make sure that the garlic doesn't get too brown. So I'm going to follow this up now. My tomatoes. Want to be really careful with that broccoli. I said broccoli, didn't I? Don't know what I was talking about there, but just that garlic. We just want to make sure it doesn't brown. Now I've got my green onions. I prefer them cooked a bit. If you like them a little more raw, then feel free to do that. Now at this point, I'm going to get I've got my sauce with my broccoli. I'm going to put that in there, and that will deglaze the pan. We're going to get all that flavor off of there. So I'm going to go ahead and stir that up. Okay, so we still have a nice bright color, but we're getting all that flavor from the mushrooms, the caramelization on those, that fond on the bottom of the pan. I'm going to turn that way down now to a very slow simmer. Okay, and let me go ahead and get cleaned up here. Just give me a moment. I'm going to go ahead and pull that chicken out of the oven. That a quick check. We're right around 155. I want to go up a little higher. You know, the temperature we want that chicken cooked to, 165 Fahrenheit. it in the sanitizer, but I'm gonna hit it in the boiling water as well. So that's gonna take a minute. This is just barely simmering here. So that's all good. I'm gonna go ahead and I've gotta get to class really soon for art class. So I'm gonna hit this with a little bit of Parmesan in there, and then we're gonna have some to top it with as well. Okay. Okay, so in a couple minutes, I'm gonna shut the camera off. A couple minutes, we'll come back and we're going to go ahead and plate it up.